Well, welcome back this week to the Cypress Sports Show. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today we were going to welcome our head baseball coach, John Weber, players Brenden Wilkinson and Danny Garcia to the program. Big week for those guys as we get closer to the playoffs, and big weeks for all our spring sports as we move closer to the playoffs. But before that, let's get some good news, starting with some winter stuff, Coach Slevcove, and then moving on to our updates for spring. What do we got?
That's right. Winter sports, all county teams have come out with the register. Last week, we recognized Maya Collins in basketball for her fourth team accomplishment. And then soon after we recorded, the girls all county team came out. And we had two players on the first team all county, which is a huge accomplishment. So congratulations to Anaya League and Haley Havikin for being named to the OC register first team all county teams. Congratulations, ladies. And for baseball and the rest of the spring sports, we're coming down to the wire. 1 or 2 weeks left. In baseball, we got 4 games to go. Teams 19-3-2 after a couple close wins over Crean Lutheran last week. And this week's a big week versus rival Pacifica, number 11 team in the county. Softball team won all 3 league games last week to run their record to 4-2. They get another shot at second place Kennedy this week. Boys volleyball, congratulations to them, Coach Alex and the team, going 10-0 in league, defeating Kennedy yesterday, 3-2. And now we await the CIF playoffs. Those brackets won't come out till early next week, and the first round will begin Thursday, April 28th. So good luck to the boys. Boys golf had a huge win over Crean Lutheran last week. They're in a good position for a league title for the first time in 4 years. Matches against Tustin this week, and then a real big one against Valencia on Monday of next week. Boys tennis currently 4-3 in league. 1 match this week before a very busy next week with 2 final dual meets, dual matches, and then league finals. Track and field, boys and girls varsity finished 5-0 in their dual meets with the win over Tustin last week. In addition to that, we had some participants in the Mount Sac Invitational. Our girls 4x100 relay participated. They took 3rd in their heat, but they were the fastest time of any Orange County team on that day. So that's a nice run for the girls. Nice thing to hang their hat on because that's a big invite to get to. Justin Singer also ran at the Mount Sac invite, 2 mile. Second best time in school history. He ran a 9:12 2-mile race. Second behind only the great David Napper back in 2003, who ran a 9:09. Our swim teams, their final dual meets are Tuesday, this past Tuesday against Valencia. Girls are in a good position for a league title if they can perform well in next week's league finals. Boys 100 freestyle relay team of Damian Rowe, Nathan Burgess, Dylan Pham, and Justin Kim have made CIF consideration time and are looking for that automatic time into CIF this week. And Michaela Novak, who we talked to a couple weeks ago, she continues to swim well, winning her races, the 200 freestyle, the 100 butterfly at Tustin last week. And badminton's 5-6, 3 matches left before league finals.
Our awesome stuff, Coach Slevcove. Today, we got some great guests. We're happy to welcome Coach Weber, our head baseball coach, here with 2 players, Brenden Wilkinson and Danny Garcia. Thanks for being here, fellas.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks for having us.
Coach Webb, 17 years now as the head guy. I personally been here with you the whole time. It's really hard for me to believe it's been 17 years already. During that time, you've had ultimately a lot of success. 362 wins, 12 league championships, 8 in a row currently. 2 CIF championships as the head coach, also 1 as an assistant. What has been your key to the consistency and the success that you've had in our program each year?
Well, first of all, it obviously starts with good players, and then it circles back to really good coaches. And we've had a lot of continuity with our coaching staff over the years that I've been here. And so that, and then to just steal your word, just being consistent. We're consistent in our message every day. We're consistent in what we do every day. Nothing has changed from day 1 to whatever day this is now after 17 years.
Yeah, we've certainly been a consistent winner during your time here. Looking back over all these years, Obviously, you mentioned having great players, but looking back from young Webb to current Webb, how have you changed as a coach over the years?
It's funny. I was watching the Tennessee game this weekend. Tennessee's ranked number 1 in the country, and their coach got tossed and he belly bumped an umpire. And I was reading it, and I'm going through Twitter and reading it, and all these people were hammering him. You know, he needs to be a role model and da-da-da. And I looked at that and I said, man, that would have been me. That was me years ago. So I would say the biggest change for me is just really realizing that it's not personal all the time. Same message I send to my players. It's not personal when we're doing it. And as much as I live and die on every single pitch, I just don't live and die on every single pitch anymore. And I think part of that is just, you know, the maturity process. Not that I'm very mature, but nonetheless, in that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think a good coach grows over the years, right? Learn from your mistakes maybe we make as a young head coach and keep getting better. And you've obviously done that over your course of time as the head coach. And you've seen a lot. Like, you've obviously seen a lot of games, way more than most people. Has there been a moment in all those years when you look back and you would say, wow, this was maybe the most memorable moment I've had so far?
I don't know if there's a memorable moment that stands out over any other memorable moments, but I will tell you that every year there is a memorable moment that occurs. You know, you can go back as recent as 2019 when we, you know, ended up being the perfect game national champs and all of that. And we won a bazillion games, only lost 2 or 3. And people say, oh my God, it must've been really easy, but it wasn't. There was a moment that I really had to give it to them at Modern Day, in fact, during the Boris, where there was a lot of stuff happening within our ranks. And every year I can think of one of those defining moments that help propel us to get to come together or whatever that might be. And with that said, there really hasn't been, unless maybe these guys can answer it. I don't really recall a moment this year with this group, but I can recall a moment in every other past season, to be honest with you. But this group has been really cohesive and has done a really, really good job. They're a mature group, even though we only start right now 2 seniors. But I don't really know of one particular one.
Well, maybe that moment's still coming. You never know. It could be in the next couple of weeks. Talk about the next couple of weeks with Pacifica and Tustin coming up, and hopefully securing our next league championship.
Well, we, you know, the one thing that is nice about finishing the season with according to the paper or according to the rankings, the next best 2 teams with the next best pitching staffs. And that's always kind of been one of our hurdles, is when we're playing maybe a team that's not very good, and then we have to go play in Division I playoffs, and there's that lull or that oh my God, well, we're facing this guy that throws 77, and then next week we're going to be in the playoffs. We're facing a guy throwing 92. How do we adjust that? This year it's kind of nice because we end with the let's just call them the second and third best teams in our league behind us, hopefully. And so that'll be nice. That's actually really good. I think we talked about it with our players the other day, on Saturday, starting on Saturday when we're hitting, and then yesterday in practice. And we'll reiterate some of the things today, but I think it's good for us to finish with those 2 teams.
Oh, very cool. We got a couple players with you today. We're going to get to them, ask them a few questions. Bren, you're the catcher on the team. You're the only guy really that looks out, right? You look out, you see the whole field. Everybody else has their back to some portion of the field. How does that help you as the catcher kind of control the defense and maybe the other team's running game, things like that?
Well, I see everything. I see the entire field. The infielders and the outfielders can't, see everything that I can see. I can see things happening with our pitchers. I can just tell when something's on and when something's off. I can tell when our pitchers are in their own heads, things like that. It's really cool to just control the field and be the leader on the field. It's good to know that I can control the field because, I don't know, I've always been that kind of player. I like controlling things. So
You like controlling things. That's a good place to be then, behind the plate. Coach Weber was a catcher. He likes to control things also. You also have a unique relationship with Coach Wilk. You guys really get along, and you transferred here from from a private school. How has that transition been, and how's your experience been here at Cypress?
It's way different here at Cypress. I love it so much, and there's a lot more different things in private school than at a public school, but the coaching staff is one here that made a really big difference to me, and they really helped me go throughout the process and everything, and they made it a lot more calm for me because I tend to get in my own head for everything, so they really helped me through that and everything, so they've really been there for me.
That's cool. Well, you and Danny, both of you guys are really good students as well as athletes, right? You both carry more than a 3.0 GPA as an athlete. That is awesome. Super impressive. How do both of you handle the demands of your schoolwork as well as the time demands of athletics?
Well, I have a agenda. I do the same thing every day. I go home after practice. I go home, lift, and then I hit again, and then I'll do homework, and that's every single day. I don't switch it up. That's just what I do every single day, and that's honestly what has carried me throughout the years here and throughout high school.
Danny, what about you?
Same thing. There's always a routine, just like practice. We always got something to do and something to get done. And like that's one thing my parents have always told me, like school first. If I don't have school, I'm not gonna have anything. So I've just kind of taken that, and like I've prided myself on that.
Well, you guys are having a great season, and it's a lot of fun to watch you. Danny, you're a 3-year starter on this team, which means you faced a lot of teams and a lot of really good teams during your time here. Is there a favorite team to play and beat?
Oh, Pacifica for sure. Last year, it was a good series between them. We won both games, and Bren's the reason we came out on top in that second game. It was just a cool experience. Webb had fun, I know that. And it was just like great series in general, and we're looking to do the same thing this week.
It's always fun to play them, right? It's one of our best rival games. They're always exciting. There's always something that happens that nobody knows about until we get to that point in time, and it's always something you couldn't even predict happening. So we look forward to seeing those this week. Danny, you are off to a great season so far. Batting .321, you got a couple home runs, 12 RBI, 19 runs scored. I mean, you're doing a great job so far. Other than essentially keeping that up, do you have any other goals that you would set for yourself as you finish up your last season?
It would just be to stay strong, keep doing what I'm doing, and it really comes down to the team and trying to finish league and then make a run in CIF.
Well, very cool. Well, hey, guys, this is the time when we're going to do some rapid-fire questions. Don't overthink them. Answer them. You're both going to answer these. Brenden, you answer first. Danny, you answer right after he does. And just whatever comes to your mind, we'll roll with that. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have a ritual when you step into the batter's box? If so, what is it?
I always hit my back. It kind of fires me up before I go into the plate. And then I take a deep breath right when I step in. I step in with my right foot first, my left foot first. I touch the plate, and then I take a deep breath. And then right when he's about to pitch, I take another deep breath. And that's my ritual.
I go up to the plate. I kind of kick the dirt around, just play with it, kind of just make sure my mind's in the right spot. And then I take a practice swing. Then I go to battle.
If you guys didn't play your current position, what position would you want to play?
Shortstop. I played shortstop at Bosco for a little bit. I honestly thought I was pretty good at it. Our coach, tends to differ with that. I thought I was pretty good, just because I could stop the ball and I have a decent arm. So that's probably the position I'd play.
I'd say center field. It just seems like a cool place to be, run balls down. Never really experienced that.
All right, so thinking of others on the team, who on the team has the most kind of weird quirks or mannerisms when they go to the plate?
I'd say Avery, our leadoff hitter. He's killing it this season. He does this thing where he goes up to, I think when he leads off, he does this weird arm thing that I can't really explain. I don't know what it is, but it's always fun to watch him hit and play. So
I'd go with Nick Montgomery. That guy, he's in the box and he's just laughing, having a good time. It's just fun to watch.
Who has the funniest nickname on the team?
I don't know. Probably Chewy. Just because, it came from I don't even know. I just know that Chewy's, we call him Chewy.
Yeah, I'd either go Chewy or D-Rod. It's just a good one.
Nice. Do you guys have any superstitions?
I don't like it when people talk about our win streaks or mention like winning or like previous games or stuff like that. I also don't like stepping on the lines at all during the games. And
Yeah, I don't like stepping on lines either. And if I'm doing good with the bat, I need to stay with the bat. I won't switch it up. If I'm struggling, I need to switch it up. It's just superstitious.
Cool. Finish this sentence. The most fun thing about baseball is
winning.
John Weber.
Well, funny you should say that. Your last question is this. If you could pick a walk-up song, right? You guys all have walk-up songs. If you could pick one for Coach Weber, what would Coach Weber's walk-up song be?
Oh. Dude.
I got one. Way too sexy. Webb claims he's the sexiest guy alive.
That's not a bad one. Brenden, you got one, or are you going to go with that?
I completely agree with that.
Very nice. Well, hey, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks, Coach Weber, Brenden Wilkinson, Danny Garcia. Thank you guys for being here with us today. We're going to be back next week with more updates, player interviews. Don't forget to share this on your social media. Tag us as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next week.